Mock draft today, guys. Today we're doing a 10-team, 3-receiver and a flex mock draft. Let's go, baby.
Guys, don't forget to like, share, subscribe across all social media platforms at Frankly Fantasy Football. Let's go!
All right. Welcome to the show. This is the Frankly Fantasy Football Podcast. We are your hosts, Frankie and Johnny. You ready to mock it up today, baby?
I'm so ready to mock it up, Johnny boy.
Well, let's get right after it here. All right, today, guys, we're doing a 10-team, 3-receiver and a flex mock draft. All right, let's get the board up here. We got it. Frankie is drafting from the 3 spot. I will be drafting from the 7 spot. My experience so far, Frankie, that 7 spot in the middle here, it's tough. You got some tough decisions to make here, man.
For sure.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, let's get rolling and get the draft started. All right. There we go. We've got Bijan Robinson, Jahmyr Gibbs, 1 and 2. No surprise there, guys. These guys are interchangeable. Whoever you like at number 1, take them. They're going to be amazing. All right, Frankie, number 3. What are you going to do here, man?
Guys, for me, it's really between two players here. And especially in a 3-receiver league, full PPR, it's between Puka and Jamar Chase. I'm going to lock in my guy, Jamar Chase, and get him going with the Cincinnati Bengals this year.
Yeah, I mean, that seems to be the number 3 spot. If the 2 running backs go at the top there, I think Jamar Chase is absolutely the best option at number 3, man. All right, then Jamar Chase, Puka Nacua, Christian McCaffrey, and JSN. I am sitting here at number 7. Now, one thing that is difficult, Frankie, is in this first round that I've noticed, it feels like if you're not getting Jamar Chase, it feels to me that you really need to grab that stud running back. I think the tier drops big time once you get to the 2nd and 3rd rounds for that running back. So if you've got a guy and it's right here at this tier, it's between JT and Amon-Ra for me. Amon-Ra, I think, is the safest besides Jamar Chase. I think he's the safest receiver in the first round. But when you got a guy like JT on here, when Danny Dimes is healthy, we saw that. He had an historic beginning to the season last year. All the way through like week 9, he was just far and above the number 1 running back. I'm going with JT here, man. I just think it's an easy choice. All right, after that, Amon-Ra was taken. We've got CeeDee Lamb, Justin Jefferson, and James Cook on the turn. Devon Achane, Saquon Barkley. So a string of running backs here in the 2nd round. Exactly what I thought here. So let's take a look at running backs. You've got a different tier now with Ashton Genty, Amarian Hampton, Chase Brown. I love Amarian Hampton. Now, I took a running back in the 1st round, so I'm going to be looking at receivers here just because, again, those elite tiers start really dropping 2nd and 3rd round here. You got Drake London, A.J. Brown, Rashee Rice, George Pickens. Great choices here.
Great choices.
You wanted to look at tight end. You've got Trey McBride, Brock Bowers. You got all the tight ends on here. Still too early for me here. There's way too good of receiver talent on this board. I'm going to go this guy. I just don't think there's any possibility that this guy is not a top 10 receiver if he's healthy. It's A.J. Brown. We're going to talk about him in New Faces, New Places, but every single day I think more about A.J. Brown, the more I want this guy. And to be able to get him here on the 7th pick, or the 4th pick in the 7th or 2nd round, I absolutely love it. I'm going A.J. Brown here, man. All right, then we had Jeremiah Love. A little early for me on that one. Drake London, Ashton Genty. Frankie, you're on the board. Who are you going to pair up with? Jamar Chase.
Yeah, John, first off, I want to go back to the A.J. Brown. Guys, I think that's a phenomenal draft pick. Look, I know Drake London's on the board. I know Nico Collins is on the board. I know some of these other guys. But, John, I think you're exactly right. A lot of what we're seeing coming out of camp is that Drake May and that of A.J. Brown are actually syncing up. And it's going to take a few weeks. It's going to take some time for them to get it right. But, guys, at the end of the day, he is their surefire one, and damn it, man, I actually think that this is going to open up a wild opportunity, not only for Drake May, even to improve on what he did last year, man, but for the running backs as well, because now you have somebody who can stretch the field. So love the pick, man, had to call that out. So guys, from my perspective here, right, we took Jamar Chase, 3rd overall, right? We're coming back, snaking back 2nd round. Trey McBride, Brock Bowers is still on the board from a running back perspective. Omarion Hampton, Chase Brown, Kenneth Walker, Derrick Henry. But I'll tell you what, I'm actually going to go back to the well at receiver. And I want to, with this being a 3-receiver set, knowing I'm going to snake back and knowing that the first team and the second team also took a running back, they could go running back, but they're going to be real light on a 3-receiver set. So for me, I want to continue to bolster this. And John, I really like this guy. I mean, I get it. I know he's fluctuated. He's gotten into some issues from a legal perspective. It's Rashee Rice. When he's healthy and when he's on the field and you have a healthy Patrick Mahomes throwing him the ball, my God, man, he's one of the top receivers in the NFL.
I agree. This spot, this turn in the second round, Rashee Rice is one of my favorite picks always in this area right now. So yeah, I agree. I mean, we're not sure. He maybe misses a game or two. Maybe we're not really sure what's going to happen there. Again, this is early August as things get closer. If Rashee Rice, we know he's going to play and he's going to start week 1.
Stud.
I can see him being a lot closer to the tail end of, or the beginning of the second round, So I could see him moving up if we get word that he's good to go. So great pick there, man. You were hoping Omarion Hampton would roll back to you. I know that.
Sure was.
That's a great pick right there. I love that. Pairing him up with Bijan and Brock Bowers. Now, this guy's going to hate his receiving core with 3 receivers and a flex, but strong start for that number 1 guy there. All right, right after you took Rashee Rice, we had some tight ends go here. Trey McBride, Omarion Hampton, Brock Bowers, and George Pickens taken off the board. Frank, you're at number 3 here, and you've got Jamar Chase and Rashee Rice. Great start.
So, guys, I could absolutely go back to the well at receiver. Nico Collins is still there. Chris Olave, who I absolutely love. Malik Nabers, who is really making a turnaround in his recovery, which in a very positive way. But when you think about the running back fall off, after this pick is when it starts to happen. So I need to anchor my team on a true fire running back. Now, the question is who? When you're looking in the third round in a 10-team league in full PPR, 3-receiver set, you have Chase Brown, Kenneth Walker, Derrick Henry. Guys, I don't want to double dip in the Bengals. I just don't with Chase Brown. And also, he makes me a little nervous, even though, yes, he ended up performing very well. We remember early in the season last year to where it was sketchy. I mean, it was a problem early on. Not saying that could happen again, but it just makes me a little nervous. Kenneth Walker, man, look, he's hot and cold to me. Do I think he's on the right team? Absolutely. Is he with the right system? Absolutely. But again, I don't want to double dip with the Chiefs just in case something does happen again to Patrick Mahomes. So what I'm doing, I'm locking in the king, baby. Give me the Ravens flock. I am ready to ride in the flames with King Henry once more.
It's a bold move. I mean, I've been calling for the demise of Derrick Henry. It feels like for the past 5 years. And the guy
really have.
I have. I'm not going to, I will admit that. I know. But it hasn't happened, I think he's a safe pick. I think he's going to get plenty of volume. It's just at the age with the mileage.
Sure.
Is this the year? We say that every year. I know, but I think it's a super safe pick. I just think the ceiling's totally capped with him, but great pick, man. I do like it, actually. All right, then we had Josh Allen, first quarterback off the board in round 3 here. Now, the guy's in a 10-team league. These onesie positions, the tight ends, the quarterback,
big deal.
Much more important because every team is going to look incredible at the end of a 10-team draft. When you have those separators like a Josh Allen, like a Trey McBride or Brock Bowers, it gives you an advantage for sure in your matchup week to week. All right, then we had Josh Allen, Nico Collins, and Kenneth Walker. Interesting pick there. All right, I'm on the clock here. I've got Jonathan Taylor and A.J. Brown. Loving this start so far. Nice balanced team. Running backs, I can look at Chase Brown, Josh Jacobs, Kyron Williams. Kind of my teardrop there. These are 3 just workhorse stud backs that are going to get the volume. Doesn't have really any competition. These are very safe picks and would pair well with JT. Let's take a look at receiver here, though. We got Chris Olave, Malik Nabers. Malik Nabers, Frankie, let's talk about it a second.
Sexy.
I mean, I've always been in love for the past 2 years, been in love with Malik Nabers. I finally got him. Everybody snaked him from me in every draft the year before. Finally got him last year, and I was super happy.
Until like week 4.
Yeah, until like week 4. Yeah. Then it turned into sadness. But what do you think about him this year? I mean, you're getting him at a good price. This is the end of the third round. This is a guy who can absolutely be a top 10 receiver. His talent is insane, but we haven't really seen him play with Jackson Dart. We haven't seen him play, with this new coaching regime, with Cam Scatterbo, with all these guys. So, like, how are you looking at Malik Nabers right now? Do you see him as a third-round value, or do you see it as more of a risk?
Guys, at this point, if you would have asked me this in June, I would have said, I see it as a third-round risk. I see it as you're really stretching it. After watching him work out, after actually seeing him in training camp and running routes and seeing him alongside Darnell Mooney and OBJ, John, I'm a believer. I actually think that he was off my board in early June. He is now back on my board, and I would probably be taking him back half of 3 or early 4 in a 10-team league, which is where you're at. So for me, guys, and it also depends on the roster construction. If Johnny, for example, would have also gone running back instead of A.J. Brown in round 2, 0% chance am I taking a risk on Malik Nabers as my true number 1. However, knowing that he's a complement to A.J. Brown in this sense that that's the route you wanted to go, Johnny, I'm all about it. So for me, man, I think we got to continue to see his progression. And again, I think that there's a ton of value if he ends up even being 3/4 of what he was his rookie year. So I am willing now to take the risk as long as the roster construction makes sense.
All right, now let me ask you this. Let's do a little would you rather, because
Let's do
I am perplexed at the moment. Okay, there's 2 guys that I really, really like here. I said the running backs were safe, but I liked 3 of those guys. Yep. I'm going to take the chance that one of those 3 does come back to me in the 4th round here. That's a risk. I may miss out on all 3 of them, but I like the receivers here. 3-receiver league with a flex. You got to load up and get a little top heavy with receiver. Chris Olave or Malik Nabers in this spot right now with A.J. Brown. Look at my roster construction. Do a little would you rather here. In fact, I want to play the song. It's been a minute. We haven't heard it for a while. Let's go. All right, I love it. All right, so would you rather, Frankie, Chris Olave or Malik Nabers?
I'm going to go Chris Olave. And I say that because he just got his contract extension. We've seen what he's been able to do with Tyler Shugg. They just got him a true receiver too in Jordan Tyson, who looks phenomenal. And you got Kellen Moore as the head coach down there that is doing really good work within this offensive scheme. And they added Travis Etienne, not Etienne. Are we going to switch this, John, or are we going to stay
Travis
with
Etienne Jr.? Is that do we really? We've been saying Etienne forever. So what did he come out? But did it come out and he's like, oh, by the way, for the past 3 years, you guys have been saying me and my brother's name wrong
since college. Yeah, everybody collectively has been saying it wrong.
So now he's Travis Etienne.
He's Travis Etienne,
and then we've got Devon Etienne.
That's right.
Spelled 2 totally different. God, the English language is so stupid.
But I'm locking in, man, Chris Olave if I'm you. I think that he has less risk. I think he has less of a ceiling. But I also think that there's more opportunity for consistency, and we've seen it. So for me personally, there's a lower risk play. I would go Chris Olave there, personally.
You know what? I'm with you 100%. I just think it's going to be a volume thing with Chris Olave. He showed it last year. He really did break out. He looked
awesome.
Sneakily the 7th receiver last year, or something like that. So, yeah, I agree. Now, after Olave goes, when you're looking at the tier with Malik Nabers, T. Higgins, Tedero, McMillan, then it's Malik Nabers. Absolutely. Yeah. But I agree with you. I don't feel great with Malik Nabers as my 1. I would feel okay with Olave as my 1.
Sure. Yeah.
The good news is I don't need him as my 1 because I've already got A.J. Brown. So this is where I really like Olave. All right. Good. We digress. All right, Frankie, I appreciate the would you rather there. All right. Then we had Chase Brown, Josh Jacobs, Kyron Williams, all 3 running backs.
All 3.
I took the chance you guys, and sure as shit, 5 running backs actually went. So you never know how people are going to draft. You take the risks and sometimes you're going to get bit by it.
Totally.
All right, on the turn, Kyron Williams, Malik Nabers goes there, Bucky Irving, and then we had Javonte Williams with Dallas. I'm back on the clock here. Let's take a peek at those running backs and see how bad the tier drops. It drops pretty significantly, Frank.
Big time.
Yeah, spoiler alert, it drops a lot. You got Breece Hall, Travis Etienne Jr., and Trevion Henderson, Scatterbo. I do like those guys, but you know what? You look at quarterbacks, still a little early for me, guys. It's a 10-teamer. There's tons of quarterbacks out there. I may try to put together a stack, potentially even. You got Lamar Jackson still and Drake May, no other quarterbacks taken. We're at the tier in tight ends with Colston Loveland, Tyler Warren, Harold Fannin. I love all three of those guys. A little early for me, though, still. There's good talent still on the board here. You know what? I am going to go back to the well at receiver here, Frank. I'm not in love with the running backs. I don't think they're huge difference makers. Again, it's 3 receiver and a flex. I'm going to pass up. You got T. Higgins, Teteroa McMillan, Garrett Wilson, Luther Burden. I'm going to go here with Teteroa McMillan. We saw the breakout last year. He was my champion last year, Frankie, as a rookie. Yeah. He proved it, and I think he's only going to get better. I think you're going to see a little better quarterback play. The team's improved a bit. I want a piece of Teteroa McMillan. I think it's very, very safe. Not a huge ceiling, but I think he's going to get exactly what you need as my 3rd receiver, by the way.
Love that.
Yes. Let's go T-Mac. All right, then we have Colston Loveland, who I think really has a chance to be the tight end 1 this year. Colston Loveland out of Chicago. Love that. Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, and Frankie, you're on the clock. You got Jamar Chase, Rashee Rice, and you've got King Henry.
Guys, I'm super happy how this played out because I was stressing a bit, right? I had Jamar Chase, Rashee Rice, Derrick Henry, and thank goodness I went Derrick Henry there or running back because exactly what we said transpired with a massive run on running back, and it really dropped significantly. So when I'm looking at the team, like I could certainly go receiver. There's T. Higgins, there's Luther Burden, McConkey, Zay Flowers, etc. Could go Lamar and really put together kind of a super stack kind of thing here with a running back in Derrick Henry. And obviously I could shoot for Mark Andrews, etc. But guys, really, there's one running back here that I rank above the rest. And we just talked about him. And it is going to be from the Saints. And guys, I'm going to lock in Travis Etienne, a.k.a. Achan. And that's who we're rolling with.
It's a great pick. I mean, we're going to talk about him in new faces and new places too. But, you know, they did just sign Kamara. They did. So they do. I was really hoping they were going to let Kamara go and just give Achan the whole backfield here. So I'm not sure of what the split will be with Kamara because, you know, Travis Achan Jr., excellent receiver. I mean, I really wanted him to have this backfield alone just for the dink and dunks, just for getting him out of the backfield. So I do like the pick. I think there's huge upside there. And he's much younger than Kamara as well. So I think he's going to see much more of the lion's share of the load. All right, then we had a big receiver run here after you took Travis Achan Jr., T. Higgins, Devonta Smith, Zay Flowers, Luther Burden. Frankie, you're back on the clock. Very balanced team you have here.
Very balanced team, starting with Chase, Rashee Rice, Derrick Henry, Travis Etienne / Achan. Guys, look, it's open. We could go Lamar Jackson, right? Surefire QB2 off the board right now. We could go running back with Trevion Henderson, Cam Scat, Quinshawn. But guys, I'm going to go to the well at receiver. And you have Ladd McConkey, Emeka Egbuka, Jalen Waddle, Devontae Adams. Guys, there's one person that's slightly above the rest for me, even though he had a down year last year, had an insane rookie year. And I think in this new Chargers offense with Mike McDaniel, we have seen the receiver 1 dominate. As my receiver 3, I'm locking in Ladd McConkey.
All right, I like that. You're not scared of Laddie because of last year, hey?
No, not at all. Especially in this style of offense, man. We're seeing Justin Herbert take flight. You're going to have a healthy Omarion Hampton, right? You're going to be able to have some of these other guys that are stepping up, and Oronde Gadsden in his second year. You bring on David Njoku, and I think all of these pieces are truly going to help Laddie continue to do what he did from his rookie year perspective. So lock his ass in.
I think what killed Laddie, we talked about it last year. We weren't sure how it was going to shake out. It was Keenan Allen. I think Keenan Allen was just the Ladd McConkey killer. He just kept him a little bit at bay. I mean, Keenan Allen still had almost 1,000 yards, I think, last year. So, yeah, I mean, I think that's what killed him. No Keenan Allen this year. I think Ladd McConkey does get back to be unlocked.
For sure.
All right, then we've got Emeka Egbuka, who I think is going to be a stud this year. I think he's going to be a dog, man. There goes Lamar Jackson. So a pretty disciplined draft in a 10-team league, waiting till the 5th round to take the second quarterback. I love that. Jalen Waddle, interesting as well. Love that in the 5th round. All right, now I am back on the clock here. Let's take a peek at tight end. This is kind of the time to start playing with that, I think. This is where if you want Tyler Warren, Harold Fannin, Tucker Kraft, this is the range you grab those guys. I guarantee before I pick again, one of those guys at least is going to be gone. Let's take a look here. Trevion Henderson, Cam Scatterbo, Judkins, like you were saying. I do need another running back, so this would be a good time for that. Devontae Adams, J-Mo, McLaurin. This is the receiver range in round 5, 6, where there's like 5 or 6 guys that they're all kind of the same guy to me. So it's like, hey, I could take one of those guys, but I can wait till the next round or 2 to grab somebody that I really like. Let's go to running back here. I do want to get some balance on my team. This is a full PPR that we're doing here. That separates a few guys from me. That puts Trevion Henderson a little bit higher for me.
Agreed.
I know they've got Ramondre there. They love him for whatever fucking reason. They love Ramondre Stevenson. But we saw Trevion Henderson break out. We saw Trevion Henderson when he did have the load, when Ramondre was out. He did
amazing.
Very, very well. I mean, big time score. So I think if they get him out in space a little more with some pass catching out of the backfield, now you've got A.J. Brown that's going to draw a lot of attention out there. Could open up some lanes there for Trevion Henderson. So let's get him on my team here. Good pairing with JT.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, then we have Devontae Adams, Cam Scatterbo, Joe Burrow, J-Mo, Jameson Williams, Tyler Warren, there's one of the tight ends there, and Drake May. I could have got the stack almost there with the A.J. Brown, Drake May stack. Right in front of me, he took it, Frank. Damn it. I actually was going to look at doing that. That would have been too tempting to pass up there. All right, so tight end, if I wanted to go Harold Fannin or Tucker Kraft, I could do that. I think those guys have a really good shot of being a top 3 tight end in the league this year, especially in a PPR. Running back, again, we've got Judkins. Then it drops big time here, Frank. David Montgomery, Basil Tootin, DeAndre Swift, RJ Harvey. I mean, these are guys you really don't feel great about having as your number 2, you know?
Right.
I mean, they really aren't. It's great depth pieces, but man, throwing those guys out there in week 1
Brutal.
Feels scary. Let's take a look at receiver here. Terry McLaurin, I think he's one of the safest middle round picks you can have. I see Jaden Daniels coming back with a vengeance this year, and I see Terry McLaurin just having a super, super solid year. May not be the huge boom weeks, you know, like a Jamar Chase, but I think he'll give you a steady Eddie. You got Mike Evans. You got DJ Moore, very polarizing character there with DJ Moore. I took a chance on A.J. Brown. I don't know if I can take the chance on DJ Moore. That's a lot of new faces and new places there, Frank. You know, I'm going to go with a safe pick here as a flex to have a guy as solid as Terry McLaurin. I'm going to go with Terry McLaurin. And then my strategy to come back then when I get another receiver, I'm going to take a swing. This is where you take a risk on a guy because you've got a safe-ass flex player. So I'm going to grab a couple of other just swings for the fences, you know. That's how you win your leagues, guys. All right, Terry McLaurin, welcome to the team, baby. All right, there's DJ Moore, David Montgomery, and Mike Evans. Frankie, you're on the clock. What do you got here at 6-8?
Guys, this is really interesting. My team is a very, very balanced team. It is a very low risk with high reward for my bigger players. So Jamar Chase, Rashee Rice, Derrick Henry, Travis Etienne /Achan, and that of Ladd McConkey. So guys, it's pretty open. I could go quarterback here, could go running back, could go receiver. From a quarterback or from a running back perspective, you got Quinshawn, you got Basil Tootin, you got DeAndre Swift. From a quarterback, Jaden Daniels is staring at me, and then you can certainly go Harold Fannin from a tight end perspective. Guys, this is really difficult actually, and I'm going to take a swing for a fence here. So I'm going to look at the running back situation just in case something does happen to Derrick Henry. I want to have something there backing it. And so I need a workhorse, a true workhorse that I know there's really nothing behind him. Even with a rebuilt offensive line, even with some of the issues that transpired, I believe in Quinshawn Judkins based on what we've seen in camp, based on what we're seeing with the assets that have now been acquired around him, and obviously the fully rebuilt offensive line. I'm not saying they're going to be a top 10. I'm saying as long as they're in the middle to, you know, really up to the 20th team in terms of online rank or offensive line ranking, we're going to be fine. So I'm locking in Quinshawn Judkins as my running back 3 to bolster some depth.
That's a great pick, man. Yeah, I mean, it's hard at this level now when you get to these middle rounds to find guys who are going to be workhorses.
Right.
I mean, Judkins is absolutely going to be. Dylan Sampson's going to get worked in, and he's going to be the change of pace, third down back, but that first and second down, that's going to be Quinshawn, man. So that's a great backup to a Derrick Henry because they're very similar, actually.
Yes.
Yeah, so I love that, man. Great job. Then we have Jaden Daniels, another quarterback taken here. Carnell Tate, DeAndre Swift on the turn, and Christian Watson taken right in front of you. Frankie, you're up at the 7.3.
All right, 7.3. This is really interesting because not a lot changed. I was going to go Carnell Tate if he came back to me. But with him being gone, actually, I wasn't really going to go Christian Watson and DeAndre Swift. Honestly, I wasn't really feeling him either. Basil Tootin is still there. And I know I just went running back, but man, there is something about this guy that I just see in a Liam Cohen offense that he's going to get the reins. And I could see it really going, especially with some of the injuries Chris Rodriguez has had, man. That's very interesting. Rome Odunze is also extremely interesting. I think that there, with the foot injuries that he's had and some of the scare earlier in June, now it's like, hey, it feels great. Things are happening, right? No DJ Moore, etc. So I'm really torn between the two. But with that being said, I do still see some good receiver depth down the board, guys. And we're talking, this is round 7 in a 10-team league. And when you look at the running backs left, there isn't any. And so, like, really, I mean, very little. So for me, I'm actually going to go back to the well at running back, and I'm going to lock in Basil Tootin just to make sure that I am capitalizing on everything that I possibly can. So I'm locking in Basil Tootin as my running back 4 and get ready to go dog shit wild on receivers and tight end.
Listen, man, I think Basil Tootin has, I'm predicting.
Sneaky.
Very sneaky. I really do think he could be Bucky Irving from 2 years ago. Liam Cohen offense. Here we go. Another episode sponsored by Liam Cohen. But we saw it, man. I mean, Basil Tootin and Bucky Irving are the same guy. They really are. So now he does have the backfield. He really does. So very interesting, man. I really like it. You've got the Chris Rodriguez there pickup in Jacksonville. I think he's going to steal a lot of touchdowns. But Basil Tootin's a guy who can score from outside the 20.
For sure.
You know, so you're going to see some of that with him. So I'm really excited. He could be a guy.
He's going to be fun to watch.
He's going to be fun to watch. And this could be a keeper for next year. Getting him in the 7th, 8th round, this guy could end up being a 3rd round pick next year if he explodes like Bucky Irving did. You know, so keep that in mind if you're in keeper leagues, guys. Look for these gems in the middle rounds like this guy. All right, then there's Harold Fannin, Brian Thomas Jr., Rome Odunze taken right in front of me. Rome was actually going to be my pick, Frank. Rome Odunze scares the absolute shit out of me. But if I can use Rome with Terry McLaurin and another swing for the fence as my flex options, because Rome could actually explode this year. He could be another guy who you're going to be drafting next year in the 3rd round, you know, so I love that. All right, let's take a look here. I've got a very balanced team. It is time in a 10-team league. Let's look at quarterback and tight end here. Jalen Hurts, Jackson Dart, Caleb Williams. I like those options, but there's nobody who really separates for me, you know. I'd be happy with any of those guys. Tight ends, I do see a drop-off here with tight ends. There's a guy that I think could be valuable in your drafts. I think a lot of guys are going to not go for him. He got hurt last year, but dude, he was on pace to have a Brock Bowers rookie year type year last year. I'm talking about Tucker Kraft with the Green Bay Packers. He's got the opportunity to be the number 1 read on this team. We've seen him already with Jordan Love. And then now the receivers, it's clear. You got Christian Watson, Jaden Reed, and who's the 3rd receiver out there, Frank?
Christian Watson, Jaden Reed, and then for the Packers, it's Matthew Golden. The rookie drafted in 1st round last year.
That's right. So now we finally have 3 distinct roles at receiver. And Tucker Kraft coming back healthy. It may be a slow start. I'm not sure how healthy he is. Obviously, as you get closer to your draft, pay attention to that. But all things being equal, he comes back in week 2, week 3 even. I want Tucker Kraft. He was on pace for like 1,600 yards last year. I mean, John, absolutely insane.
He was popping off for 15.3 yards per catch. Yeah. Guys, he was the surefire tight end 1 before he ended up tearing his ACL. So, John, I think that it's a great pickup, man. What a value.
Yeah. Take a look at that in your leagues, guys, because I think he could be a real value for you. All right. After Tucker Kraft, we had Chuba Hubbard, Jalen Hurts, Cortland Sutton at the turn, R.J. Harvey coming around into round 8, Marvin Harrison Jr., and Jalen Warren. All right, I'm back on the clock here. Very, very balanced team. I like what I have going on here. I can really do anything I want. Quarterbacks, you still have Jackson Dart, Caleb Williams, Justin Herbert. Running backs, you know what? Here's a guy I really love, Frank, and this is the perfect opportunity to take him. I'm very happy he came back to me. This is a guy that I think is going to be the safest and best rookie running back to start the season.
Love it.
You're going into a situation in Seattle. I'm talking about Jadarian Price. Guys, Kenneth Walker's gone. Kenneth Walker's in Kansas City. Zach Charbonnet is going to be out till at least October. They're going to give the reins to the rookie Jadarian Price here, man, and I want to see what he does. This is my third running back. I don't need to throw him right out there, you know? If I can start him week 2, week 3, week 4, and I've got an option like this with a great matchup, I'm all over it, man. So let's go, Jadarian Price. Welcome to the team.
Even if Zach Charbonnet comes back, let's say week 2, week 3, which week 2 is pushing it. Like, let's be honest.
No way.
But let's just even say it's week 3, week 4. Like, that is still insane value to get Jadarian Price. Guys, this dude is a mega stud. Like, mega stud. You do not take a first-round running back if you do not plan on using him, especially on a team that needs him as bad as the Seattle Seahawks. Take it a step further. Guys, the offensive line for the Seattle Seahawks is 10 out of 10 incredible. And then you have all the other assets around them. JSN, Rashid Shaheed. You have, I can't even believe I'm saying this, Sam Darnold is playing very high level. I mean, Super Bowl champion. So for me, man, love the pick. Excellent running back 3 on your team.
Yeah, get him on your radar, guys. I'm telling you, this guy's going to help you. He's going to perform. All right, then we had Jackson Dart, who I was really thinking about. I love middle round quarterback with Jackson Dart. Look for a guy with rushing capabilities. In fantasy, especially in a 10-team league, it just unlocks a whole nother level for you at quarterback. Jordan Tyson, Ramondre Stevenson, and Frankie are back on the clock here.
Guys,
round
love it.
8.
So, round 8 here. Going pick or team 3 overall, have a stable of running backs and have 3 really good quality receivers. I am not looking at running back here, guys. So right now, from a tight end perspective, there's Kyle Pitts, Sam Laporta staring at me, and I love both of those guys. However, from a receiver standpoint, there are 3 in front of me that I'm very enticed. They're very enticing. DK Metcalf, Mekhi Lemon, and that of Wilson, Michael Wilson from that of the Cardinals. Guys, for me, it's really easy. I'm going to get another receiver one on a team, even if they're not passing heavy. I'm locking in DK Metcalf. I think Michael Pittman Jr. coming over is only going to help DK. And I think then you see Jeremy Bernard coming over and drafted that they took early in the NFL draft this past year. He's going to probably be vying for that receiver 3 spot next to Roman Wilson. Like, guys, for me, this is as good as you can get. And the Steelers end up bolstering their running back room, which opens up the opportunity, bringing in Rico Dowdle, who's splitting time with Jaylen Warren, and it opens up the opportunity for DK to get more one-on-one opportunities. So for me, man, knowing he's my receiver 4, I love DK Metcalf here.
I thought you were going to take Mekhi Lemon, man. I really did.
It was real close.
And he was taken right in front of you here in the 9th round. We'll get to him eventually because we'll do a mock draft where I will be targeting Mekhi Lemon because I am. It's just hard to get him in the spot where I am right now. All right, after DK, we had Rico Dowdle, Caleb Williams,
Parker Washington. Parker Washington.
Woo! I look at the P. Washington and went, wait a minute, who the hell is it?
Is that Peter?
Is that Peter Washington? Is that you? Parker Washington. Thank you, Frankie. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Then Mekhi Lemon and Frankie, you're back on the clock here, man.
So, guys, I want to do a quick call out to Parker Washington. Circle him, asterisk him. We're talking about it now. He has the opportunity to be receiver 1 for the Jags. Guys, this is not just shit we're saying. Look at what he did towards the tail end of last year. Completely exploded. Then you're hearing about all of the things going on in training camp to where, guess who is Trevor Lawrence's number 1 target has been? It hasn't been BTJ, and it hasn't been Jacoby Myers. It's been Parker Washington. So look, I get that you're drafting him potentially over that of Alec Pierce, potentially over that of Jacoby Myers. Just hear me out. Asterisk him. He could be a diamond in the rough, especially for keeper leagues that you draft in the 9th, 10th round to now you're like, oh shit, this is really interesting. So I just wanted to call that out. Now for the team, guys, I'm going to actually look and take a reach here. And so certainly could do some tight ends. I'm actually not going to, even though there's 2 tight ends here that I desperately want. I want Kyle Pitts and I want Sam Laporta on my team. But I'm going to reach because it's going to add to the team. And I'm locking in Justin Herbert from a quarterback perspective. The reason I'm doing that, guys, is because I'm going to double dip with Laddie. So if Laddie performs well, that means Justin Herbert's performing well. So I want those two tied. The other call out for Justin Herbert, outside of the year that he got hurt, Johnny's never finished worse than top 12. Never. So why not add a really high floor with the potential of a high ceiling? We saw him in his year 2, number 2 quarterback overall in fantasy. So we know that the ceiling's there. So in a Mike McDaniel offense, knowing that I locked in their true receiver 1, and I'm getting Justin Herbert, which, by the way, shout out, dude, got engaged to Madison Breer, whatever her name is. Holy shit. Good for you. So lock in Herbie, and we're riding with the Chargers this year.
Oh, shocking. An NFL quarterback's marrying a hot woman.
Show.
A smoke. That's so incredible.
I had no
Wow.
idea that she was like a pop star or something. I just knew her because she was engaged or dating Justin Herbert. Apparently, she's this like mega celebrity. I had no idea. So, hey, whatever.
Shocking. Yeah,
Shocking.
you never see that. You never see that, you know?
Never.
Good for you, Justin. All right, then we had Michael Wilson, Kyle Pitts, Quentin Johnston, and I am on the clock here. Frankie, there's a guy in the 9th, 10th round that I just have a hard time passing up. When you're looking at running backs and you've got Kyle Monangai and Blake Corum and Kenneth Gainwell, none of these guys are exciting. These are number 2 guys behind a number 1 running back. There's one starter that you're going to find in the 9th, 10th round here, man. I love it. It's J.K. Dobbins. All right. If you're not sure with the team that I've got a rookie with Jadarian Price, and I've got Trevion Henderson. Trevion Henderson early on could be super frustrating. We're not sure how they're going to work that out. Give me a solid starter with a very good opening schedule like J.K. Dobbins. I think they're favored in 4 out of the first 5 games, something like that. So that means they're going to run the ball, they're going to score, they're going to be ahead and have a lead. Give me J.K. Dobbins just for some week 1, week 2 safety with my running back room. All right, then we had Sam Laporta, Alec Pierce, Jacoby Myers, George Kittle, Kyle Monangai, and Chris Godwin, and I'm back on the clock here. All right, now's the time to jump into quarterback. I don't want to punt completely and be foolish and end up with somebody that I'm not going to be happy with, like a Matt Stafford or Jared Goff. Just doesn't get me excited, doesn't get me up in the morning.
I love him.
I want to go with a guy who did have a bit of a breakout last year, and I think it's only going to get better. Again, this episode is sponsored once again by Liam Cohen. I've been hard for this guy for so long, and I'm waiting for him to take that leap into the top 5 quarterbacks, and it's Trevor Lawrence. Sir Trevor, I want you on my team. I'm going to take a risk on you here. All right, then we had Tony Pollard, Jordan Addison, and Michael Pittman Jr. Frankie, you're on the clock.
So, guys, this is crazy because typically I would never in a billion years decide to do what I'm going to do. But when you look at the tight end landscape, there's a ton of tight ends that are all on the same kind of thing. Again, we're talking round 10. I'm shooting from pick 3 here. You got Gadsden, Kincaid, Ferguson, Henry, Kelsey. All those guys are like, cool, nothing crazy. There's Blake Corum, who I love from a running back perspective, but I don't need a running back right now. I don't need to invest anything more there. Receivers are feeling pretty good. I got 4 lockdown. For me, I'm actually going to go back to the well at quarterback because Dak Prescott is sitting there. And for me, just in case something happens with Herbie, I can always then rely on Dak Prescott. I just think the Dallas Cowboys, man, may have collectively the best offense in all of football this year. When you actually look at the receivers that they have, with Flournoy being 3rd, you have Pickens with what we've shown, a healthy CeeDee Lamb, you got Ferguson, you got a good offensive line, you got Dak Prescott, Javonte Williams, who's re-energized and reinvigorated based on what he did last year. You got Jaden Blue, who's doing some things that they drafted last year. For me, man, this offense is humming. So as long as I can get a piece in this, I'm feeling really good. And John, knowing the bring back here that I had, so after Dak Prescott, it went Wan'Dale Robinson, Dalton Kincaid, Aaron Jones, Gadsden, there's still the guy on the board that I was hoping to draft if I got Dak Prescott, which is a tight end for the Dallas Cowboys, and that of Ferguson. So now think about it. I can double dip on either of I have a stack no matter what I get from a quarterback standpoint. If I'm starting Herbert, I got it with Laddie. If I'm starting Prescott, I got it with Ferguson. So when you're in these 10-team leagues, guys, John, you mentioned it. Try to get those onesie positions. If you can't, that's okay, but try to get your stacks. That's where you're going to be able to capitalize on those additional points.
I love it, man. Absolutely love it. After you took Ferguson, you got Blake Corum, Brock Purdy, and Patrick Mahomes. I am on the clock here. I want to get back to the receiver well here. I've got, what do I have? Four receivers, but it is a 3-receiver and 1 flex league. And like I said, I took Terry McLaurin as a safe guy.
Huge.
I want to take some risks now. I want to take a few swings for the fence. You got Romeo Doubs, Jaden Reed, Josh Downs, Stephon Diggs, who's not on a team yet. It gets pretty thin here. Now, what I will say, I want some more of that Green Bay Packers offense. Now that we have 3 receivers, I don't know who's going to do what. I really, really don't. Jaden Reed is super interesting to me, but the problem with Jaden Reed is he going to be on the field in 2 receiver sets? That's what I'm concerned about. He just may not be on the field enough. I'm going to take a chance with Matthew Golden. It's year 2. This could be the breakout season for Matthew Golden. Now that he does have an established role on this team, he is healthy. Everybody's healthy at the moment, so hopefully it stays that way. I'm going to go with Matthew Golden. I took him over Jaden Reed just because I think there's a little bit more upside and more opportunity for him to be on the field. All right, I'm back on the clock here. Let's go back to the well and see what receiver looks like. You do need that depth. I want some options at my flex here. Don't love all the options. I have to be completely honest with you here. You know what? This is where you go get your guys, okay? There's going to be a lot of people on the board. ADP means nothing at this point. Go get the guys you want. I'm going to go with another rookie here with a rookie receiver. Casey Concepcion from Cleveland. I just want to see. Okay, this is my 5th receiver. I just want to see what happens. Maybe he's a PPR absolute monster and turns into the Zay Flowers of the Cleveland Browns. That's what I'm hoping for, but I've got the opportunity to wait and see. All right, Frank, where are you going here? This is round 12, getting close to the truth, brother.
Guys, round 12, look, I got a stable of running backs. I'm good there. I got 4 good receivers, 2 quarterbacks, a tight end. I got to go back to receiver, though. Knowing this is a 3-receiver league, got to continue adding depth here. And, John, you know what's interesting? You had 2 opportunities that I want to kind of circle back to. With you drafted A.J. Brown, and you could have done Romeo Doubs in case something were to happen. You could also have done Jaden Reed in addition to that and Matthew Golden, but instead you spreaded it out across multiple teams, which is interesting because sometimes you have people that will message us that will be like, what is the best option? Should I double down on a team? Should I actually expand and go more receivers across a wider variety of teams? So it's really cool that you actually showed that. And I'm actually happy you left one of the guys available. For me, it's Jaden Reed.
Yeah.
Knowing that he's going to be my receiver 5 and you can get him in around 12, guys, that's a no-brainer. At all.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? That's a super high flyer that absolutely, if he ends up taking off, guys, that's just gold. Again, if something happens to Laddie, if he doesn't perform to the way he did, I then have at least somebody else in addition to DK Metcalf to help from that standpoint.
Similar player to Laddie as well.
Similar player.
And we've seen Jaden Reed explode. We haven't really seen Matthew Golden do that, but he's got the opportunity and he's got the talent. But yeah, you're right. I mean, you could interchange those guys completely and it's really up to preference. But yeah, I love the Jaden Reed pick too. I want one of those guys.
Same.
In almost every draft, I want one of those guys. That offense is just too good when they're all healthy. All right, back on the clock, your last pick here, Frank. We're not doing kicker and defense to save everybody. Bullshit. So last pick here, Frank. Where are you going to go? Team looks good.
I'm going with the best number 2 receiver outside of Devontae Adams and Jamison Williams that isn't even signed yet. He will be a Commander. He will be next to that of Terry McLaurin. I'm calling it right now. Guys, I'm locking in Stephon Diggs. Again, in case something, let's just say he puts up 700 yards and 4 touchdowns. Guys, that's a damn good flex. You're telling me that you can't pop him in past your 3-receiver set or even use him as trade bait to even bolster maybe another tight end or actually package him up with a Basil Tootin or a Quinshawn and actually get you a serious-ass running back? So for me, guys, in these last rounds, be thinking of guys that are going to be flyers. Be thinking of guys that you can package together in trades in case they end up exploding. And for me, I think that could be Stephon Diggs.
It's a great last round pick, man.
Why not?
he signs with the right team, he could get opportunities. Stephon Diggs had 1,000 yards last year.
Yeah.
By the way.
While being hurt.
Yeah. So, yeah, man. I mean, great pick. He could luck himself into a really good situation here. All right, my last pick. Guys, there's 2 running backs I love in this last pick, and it really just depends on how your roster's constructed. It's Jordan Mason with the Minnesota Vikings, who, by the way, talk is right now, he's going to be the starter, and Aaron Jones just comes in for some third down and some pass catching. But Jordan Mason could be a very, very sneaky running back for you this late. We're talking 13th round here.
Why not?
The other guy's Jonathan Brooks. I know. I sat with this dude in my IR for the entire season, but don't forget, this is a first-round drafted running back, okay? This guy is an actual stud. Now, is he still after the injuries, both injuries? I mean, we haven't seen much of the guy. But when Chuba Hubbard's the only thing keeping you from getting touches, I love Chuba. Don't get me wrong. He's been great. But Chuba Hubbard's not a scary name. He's not a high draft capital type guy. Jonathan Brooks is. They're going to want to see what's going on with this guy. So as depth piece in my running back, because I don't need a safe guy, I've got some really good running backs on here, why not take the chance? Jonathan Brooks, mid-season, could end up being an absolute freak of nature. Who knows? I'm going to take the chance here.
John, I'm targeting Jonathan Brooks in every single draft. Guys, as crazy as this sounds, I'm going to throw something out there. You're going to think I'm full of shit. Johnny knows I'm not. I've done over 120 mock drafts. I promise you. Okay.
And today is what? August 5th. Okay. Literally. Just want to put in perspective.
Over 120 mock drafts, and probably 70% of them, I'm taking a flyer on Jonathan Brooks. Guys, he looks twitchy in camp. We obviously saw Chuba Hubbard be dethroned by Rico Dowdle. Like, it was Chuba Hubbard's backfield. And then we saw what happened, and Rico Dowdle ran away with it. I love Jonathan Brooks this year.
Absolutely. All right. That is the draft here. Frankie, let's take a look. You drafted at the number 3 spot. Quickly, let's just go through, kind of analyze what you got going on here. How do you feel about it here, Frank?
Guys, this is a pretty damn solid draft collectively. Like, again, I didn't take any massive risks, though I didn't really need to, because players that I, based on my roster construction, kind of came to me, which I was pretty pumped about. Again, format is a 10-team league, 3 receivers, 1 flex, full PPR. I ended up taking my receivers are Jamar Chase, Rashee Rice, Ladd McConkey, DK Metcalf, Jaden Reed, and Stephon Diggs. I'm pairing that with a stable of running backs, that being Derrick Henry, Travis Achan, aka ETN, Quinshawn Q, and Basil Tootin. And then certainly my 2 quarterbacks, that being Justin Herbert and Dak Prescott, and pairing that with Turd Ferguson for that of the Dallas Cowboys. So when looking at this, man, honestly, typically I'm pretty hard on myself when I'm looking at mock drafts, and there's a couple things that I'm doing. John, it's really hard for me to find specific holes here, because I'm not saying this is a league winner draft, but I'm saying this is a very stable team. There's opportunities to make trades. There's opportunities to increase like high ceiling players like that of Basil Tootin or Quinshawn or Stephon Diggs. So for me, man, overall, I'm very satisfied with how this draft kind of came about.
This is one of the safest teams I've ever seen you draft.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
Very strange.
I would love to tear it apart. I don't like Derrick Henry there, but he's going to be good. And you've got so many other good running backs to back him up there if he has a slow start. So, yeah, I mean, I really like the team. I think it's safe as hell. You've got great ceiling with Jamar Chase and Rashee Rice there. Running backs in a PPR with Travis Achan Jr. In a PPR, you love that, you know? That. So, yeah, I really like the team, man. I think you did a good job. I'd love to tear it apart, but I just can't, brother. It's nice. All right, let's take a look at my team here. I drafted at the 7 spot in a 10-team league. Came out with Jonathan Taylor, came back with Trevion Henderson, Jadarian Price, J.K. Dobbins, and Jonathan Brooks as my running backs. I really like these running backs here, Frankie. Yeah. I've got Dobbins in there in case I want to start him early if I'm scared for the rookie or Trevion Henderson. JT is obviously going to be a stud. My receivers, A.J. Brown, I'm targeting him, guys. I want him in every league. I really do. I really, really do.
Get the stack if you can, too. I know you were going to get it. I know you were going to do the stack.
I was going to do it. Now, in a 10-team league, I like the stack because you can wait till round 4 or 5.
Yeah.
In a 12-team league, it's tough though, guys, because you got to
Man,
go second
3,
pick.
4.
Third pick is going to be A.J. Brown and
Yeah.
Drake May. So you're really anchoring your team on that stack working. But I love my receivers here, guys. It is a 3-receiver, 1-flex league. A.J. Brown, Chris Olave, Teteroa McMillan, Terry McLaurin, Matthew Golden, and Casey Concepcion to play with here. Some dart throws. Got Trevor Lawrence, Tucker Kraft at tight end. I like this team. I really do. It's solid, and there's solid upside. And then you've got some dart throws at the end of the draft here, mixing a little rookies from time to time. I like doing that, but I really like this team. What do you think about it, Frank?
John, I think the best pick that you did was Jadarian Price, because I just think that solidified that running back room for your running back 2 spot, because it's probably going to be Trevion to start more than likely, even then that RB2. But we've seen what happens when Ramondre is also on the field. And so knowing Jadarian Price is probably going to be outside of George Halani, which is not going to be anything, in terms of sheer competition to Jadarian Price. I love that, man. And then in addition, John, the other big call out that I think people are sleeping on, and again, I want to state this very directly, is Jonathan Brooks. I think people are afraid, which totally understand. Right? Last year, everybody got burned. You and I got burned. We had him sitting in 2 separate leagues apiece in an IR spot that rotted away, didn't get the opportunity. Rookie year was a train wreck. But dude, there's something different. There's something different this year. And I think now that he's been able to get right, get healthy, there's only Chuba really in front of him. John, I could see Jonathan Brooks supplanting Chuba. And if that's the case, you have trade bait out the ass, which is exactly what you want. Guys, the other call out with Johnny's team is that he has so many different assets to where this is going to look completely different come week 6. That's what happens within John. So if A.J. Brown pops, Chris Olave continues to pop, Teteroa McMillan and Terry McLaurin, you can anchor your entire team on those 4 with JT. And then it's just now you're playing with the other pieces and making them better. And that, John, that's why I think this is a really good draft. And I also love Trevor Lawrence. Look, he was ended up being top 5 QB, top 6 QB this past year in some leagues. I actually think in ours he was 4, in other leagues he was 8. So for me, man, I think that's only going to be improved in year 2 of Liam Combs. So for me, man, really good draft.
I will tell you now that I'm looking at this and seeing how things did shake out, there is one change I would have made that I think would have made my team look better. Because I was able to get Jadarian Price and J.K. Dobbins, 2 starters that are 3 down backs at least to start the season, instead of Trevion Henderson, I could have taken Joe Burrow there. And I think
would have been sexy.
I think that would have just given my team a little higher upside, especially from the QB position. So that's the one change I would have made that would have made me really like my team even more, for sure.
That would have been real sexy, John. Yeah, looking at that. But again, who knows? Joe Burrow's injury prone. I do prefer Joe Burrow over Trevor, like fully honest. But also, man, I don't know. Like, I think Trevor could be really interesting again. Trevor Lawrence reminds me of what Baker Mayfield has been over the last few years. He like pops really heavy, but then there's some injury issues, but then there's always the ability to be top 5, top 6 quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And I just think, man, like it could be this year.
Could be. All right, that is the draft, guys. Thank you so much for joining us.
All right.
Always love mock drafts. They're so much fun to do. Frankie, what do we have coming up, man?
Guys, we got a ton of content getting ready to hit. We got new faces in new places, 2 receiver episodes, a running back, QB tight end, and again, we're going to be mocking our asses off for you guys. So again, we just did a 10-team, 3 receiver, 1 flex. Shout us out. What do you want to see? What are your leagues? Is it a 14-team? Is it a 16-team? Is it a super flex? Is it a Cinco de Flexo, which is a league that we're in with 5 flexes? So guys, send us what you got. We will be more than happy to mock and even take a step further. Let us know what seat you want to sit in, and we will mock from that seat. So get ready. Off season is here. Let's get you ready for your drafts.
Let's get ready for the draft. Stick with us, guys. We got a lot more coming here in the month of August. May the fantasy gods smile upon you. Bye.